Okay, today we are going to talk about our lighting system we've got going on here. As you can see, the plants are loving it. Tomatoes doing really nice. So what we've got going on here is we have some white, some blue, some red, and we have some ultraviolet. Now, when we started, we had 3 rows of ultraviolet running on each side. The end ones, they're not running right now. We're not sure, but it might have been a little too much ultraviolet, but we're still running the center ultraviolet back here. It's hard to see right now on the way the camera's sitting, but there is a little bit of ultraviolet in there. So we have the blue lights, which are supposed to be really good for lettuce and stuff, non-flowering. So this side has a lot more blue than the other side. The other side has more red. Red's supposed to be better for flowering and stuff. But yet, I'm not seeing a whole lot of difference between them. That's why I have them set up this way. May end up changing it so it's equal red and blue on both sides of the setup here, but that'll be in the future. So, if you're curious on what we have, here's the blue. And then we have the red back here. So here's the red. And then we also added white. We found that the blue and red was okay, but the lumens might have been a little on the low side. So we put in the white, which also makes it easier to see the plants. The blue and red, it makes it kind of hard to actually see the green of the plants and how they're doing. So with the white there, it added just a bit more to it, a little more lumens. It looks pretty good. These white are 6,000 K, so they're up there as daylight. Not sure on the lumens, but it seems to be working pretty good with the way we've got it set up. Okay, so here we got a little bit better of a shot, as you can see. The white, the blue, the red, and way back there, right there, is the ultraviolet. It's low light on the ultraviolet because you don't want too much. So there's that. And that's the blue side. Then we'll scoot over here. There's some white in the middle. And then over here, as you can see, there's a little bit more on the red side. But same setup. See, those ultraviolets on the front there are not currently running, but they are right there in the very middle. So there's the lights. Now up here on the control panel, as you can see, we have, call this one the boost. It's running some red, some white. We got red, blue, and then the ultraviolet, as you can see. In the future, when I change this, I'm going to get rid of most of these switches. These dials don't even do anything anymore. We thought we would need dimmers, but we're just running the lights at full power, so they work really good that way. Now, as you can see, we got our fans running as well. On top, we don't run these all the time, just periodically. And then the power supply is down in there. That's the fan to cool it.
Alright everyone, there you go. There is the grow station. Lots of stuff has changed in the last 2 weeks. But everybody has been very curious about the beans. So here are the beans. Go down and I'll show everybody. There's our beans. They haven't really grown much taller, but the bean pods are really growing. Like, look at that one there. Really getting pretty thick. It's got a little one behind it. And over here, we got a couple of bean pods over here as well. Oops, hang on. Let me see if I can get in there better to see them. Sorry guys, I'm using a new camera and I can't get a good shot. Oh, there we go. Just kind of move this lid. There's the other bean pod that's doing pretty good. It's pretty big. So, the kidney beans are doing nicely and growing to their nice potential. That's awesome. Again, we've never really grown kidney beans before, so this has been interesting to say the least to grow them. And of course, over here, you see the rest of the grow station has exploded as well. We've got like jungle type over here versus more organized chaos over here. So we're going to jump in and we're going to show everybody. We come in here And there is the marshmallow. It's not doing too bad. We did have a little bit of a pest problem. So you're going to see like little dots on the leaves and stuff like that. We've tried a couple of different things. What was it? Rubbing alcohol in water to spray down the leaves and everything. And then we just did a dose of 10-to-1 peroxide in water to sterilize the soil. So trying our best to get rid of the little bugs, mites. We're not sure what they were. But it's not doing too bad. It seems to be flourishing really nicely. And then back there, chamomile, oops, is still a little stalled out, but not too bad. And then the lemon balm is doing really, really nicely. It's starting to bush out and everything, so it's amazing. And then here's the basil. Seem to have stalled out, but as you guys can see, we've got some new growth in there now. There is still nothing in those two, at least that I'm aware of. Let's just make sure. And yeah, I don't see anything in there. It's supposed to be a chives, so that didn't come up. Let's check the mint. And nothing in the mint. So we may have to try again with those ones. Didn't seem to want to. I think they're old seeds. We may have to get some new seeds. And then here is the lavender. It is trying to take over now that the borage is gone, because as you guys can see, I harvested the borage. And yeah, since it's gone, the lavender's trying to take over its pot. Like, look at that. It's snaking over. It's getting rather comfortable. And it actually looks more like thyme than it does actual lavender. I mean, hubby pointed that out the other day. But it's doing nicely, still growing and everything, so we're just going to let her go. And then more survival seeds. Here we come. We've got our onions. Aren't doing too bad. Getting a little snaky, though, and thin. And then look at the beets. Don't those look great? They're growing nicely. Like, I wasn't expecting the beets to grow just that nicely. But then again, we've never done the onions before by seed, so this is a first for us. And then we'll go down here and we'll take a look at the trees. As you can see, they're still surviving. We actually still had frost not that long ago. Actually, I think it was yesterday morning we woke up to frost. So we haven't put them outside yet to acclimate them to outside. We're still a little hesitant on that. But they're doing not too bad. I mean, at least they're still alive, where the other ones didn't quite make it. And then here's the welcome to the jungle side. So we're going to hop right in. I'm going to go around this side here. There's our one lettuce right there. It's still doing the traditional floppy thing. Now you're going to see them moving around because hubby has the fans. I'm not sure if everybody knows this, but we have fans, computer fans on the top there. And they're giving it the air movement to simulate the outdoors. So he just turned that on. So that's, but it's doing its traditional floppy thing that it usually does before it starts bushing out like its companion did. Like, look at that. Doesn't that lettuce look yummy? Looks amazing. It's growing nicely. It's got some new growth in the center, and it's doing really, really well. Then if I can get past Mr. Tomato, who's trying to upstage everybody. You see back there, the cilantro's not doing too bad. It's starting to bush out as well. And for one that we thought wasn't going to survive, it's actually doing really nicely. And then since it won't get out of the way, we'll do the front here because it's trying to upstage everything. Here is our squash. So it's really, really growing nicely. Like if you look, the leaves have gotten really big. The stem is really, really thick. We've got some new growth, whoops, in the middle. So it's doing really nicely. And then here's a big Bertha here. Look at that. That tomato is huge. But it's also doing well. The uncurling of the curling of the leaves seems to have corrected itself. So I'm not exactly sure what it might have been. May have been not enough water is what we figure. Plus we also had that problem with the as you see there on the one leaf there. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got like spots and stuff on it. So it probably had something to do with the pests that we had. And then here is our little peppercini. It's still rather tight and down to the ground, so it's not too bad. But we have some new leaves growing in the center, right there, and it's looking really decent. So I'm hoping it'll grow a little taller, but because if not, the peppers are going to hit the dirt. But we'll see how it goes. And now if we get past the upstaging tomato, come around this way. Let's see if I can get in there. And there's our spinach. Looking more like an octopus than a spinach, but it's there and it's growing and it's doing well. Then, hang on, let me see here if I can get this way. There we go. There's the kale. I'm sorry, I'm getting into the sage right now. But the kale is doing nicely as well. Got some new growth in the middle, so it's slow going, but finally growing at the same time. And then the sage is literally growing all the way up to the lights. See the lights up there? It's growing up, it's tall, but if you look, it's got new little growths, little sprigs shooting out. So I'm thinking of cutting and repotting and seeing if I can get it to reroot. But that being said, there is all of our plants, even including our now upstaging tomato plant. Haven't they changed a lot? So what do you guys think? Aren't they growing amazingly? Like, look at all the survival seeds and everything. They're definitely flourishing indoors. Who knew you could grow some of this stuff indoors? We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, maybe think about giving it a thumbs up. It would really help us out. And if you haven't yet, come join the family. We get up to a lot of family fun, chaos, growing of food, and some yummy recipes to cook said growed food. And we also have a wide variety of family, as you can see our sticker boards up there, that we love to support and everything like that. So if you love this kind of content, come join the family. We welcome everybody with open arms and open hearts. We'll see everybody in the next one. Bye, everybody.